Good, happy Tuesday morning, March 9, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Tuesday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Tuesday morning, so let's begin. First up, let's take a look at your COVID-19 information in New Hampshire. And here is a look at your COVID-19 information in New Hampshire right now. There are 77,060 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. And there are 1,184 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And there are 81 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. That is a look at your COVID-19 in New Hampshire. No new COVID-19 deaths as cases and hospitalizations fall. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you're looking for a more beautiful, creatively organized home, look to Creative Closet Solutions. A quarter-century of experience designing and building truly unique closets and storage systems, custom built.
The state announced 226 new cases of COVID-19. No new deaths, active cases, and hospitalizations are at their lowest levels in 4.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Again, no new deaths or anything like that. COVID-19 contract tracing resumes as state tracks new variants. Some variants of the virus able to spread more easily. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For the easy and the complex, the small stuff and the big, we're here with the affordable local loans, easy to manage accounts, and financial advice to help you blaze a trail, figure stuff out, and make your money go farther. We're Granite State Credit Union. Live bold.
What we're finding as we've been investigating these individuals is that they do not have travel histories, have not traveled internationally, and so we do know that it's here.
The B.1.1.7 variant, first identified in the United Kingdom, is now all over the United States. 47 states have confirmed cases. New Hampshire has recorded at least 6.
Many of these variants do not result in increased illness or risk of hospitalization or death. They do appear to be more transmissible and can spread more easily, and so that's certainly concerning.
Right now, there are 150 to 175 investigators, most of them contractors, some are National Guard. They are all doing phone interviews and building case files. Dr. Daly says since February, the state has been back to attempting to trace every reported case.
Our business community has been a great partner in terms of contact tracing. That includes restaurants.
Dr. Daly says because restaurants are following mitigation protocols, even if a COVID-positive investigation leads back to a restaurant, in most cases, they don't have to do notifications because close contact has not occurred.
New Hampshire has responded well because of the partnerships of people coming together and that New Hampshire spirit that has allowed for that.
Dr. Daly says the trend lines are going in the right direction. New cases are back to about 200 to 300 a day. That's down from 1,000 a day at the surge. There is optimism that the vaccine push combined with prevention measures will prevent another surge. Reporting live tonight, Amy Cavito, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Thousands of Granite Staters vaccinated at third day of mass vaccination event. Johnson & Johnson vaccine administered at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. With more on that, let's go to WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
For the easy and the complex, the small stuff and the big, we're here with the affordable local loans, easy to manage accounts, and financial advice to help you blaze a trail, figure stuff out, and make your money go farther. We're Granite State Credit Union. Live bold.
Rounding the corner of Turn 3 at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway are some 3,800 Granite Staters who qualified for New Hampshire's first ever COVID-19 mass vaccination site. Among them, Sandra Thatcher of Milford.
It was very well organized, and all the volunteers had a big smile on their face. Feels great. I can hardly wait to hug my grandchildren.
Monday's group joins nearly 8,000 others who received their shots between Saturday and Sunday. It took 350 volunteers to put the event together. People from state agencies, local hospitals, and public safety all coming together to tackle the massive undertaking.
Obviously, there's a lot of challenges putting a massive effort together like this in a week, making sure we have the staffing, making sure we have technology. We had some technology bumps, got through them, and it's been a great day today. It's been a great day yesterday.
Couldn't be prouder of the folks that are out here, and I think everybody is amazed at just the outpouring of folks who are willing to come out and help and just be part of something that's never been done before.
The state says it is possible another mass vaccination event could be held at the Speedway down the road.
All comes down to vaccination. If we get a large quantity of vaccination, our goal is to get in arms as quick as possible. And this is the quickest way to get in arms as quickly as possible, bringing everybody together, getting them through a super site.
And as for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, the state is expecting another 2,500 doses this week and again next week. They also say there's a possibility we could receive another large batch of 12,000 doses during the week of the 22nd. Reporting live tonight, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Nashua prepares for outdoor dining. Barriers expected to be installed March 15th. Town officials intend to continue barrier installation for years to come. With more on that, let's go to WMUR News 9, Charisse Leclerc.
For the easy and the complex, the small stuff and the big, we're here with the affordable local loans, easy to manage accounts, and financial advice to help you blaze a trail, figure stuff out, and make your money go farther. We're Granite State Credit Union. Live bold.
This was last summer in Nashua. Jersey barriers placed around the main street, trying to breathe life into downtown businesses.
It really was a big boost.
Mayor Donches says the barriers acted as a lifeline for restaurants downtown that were badly impacted when COVID-19 shutdowns happened last year.
As one of the restaurant owners, Michael Buckley, said, we probably saved many of the restaurants by doing this last year. We did act quickly last year, and again this year we're going to act very early.
He also found there was another benefit.
So it just changed the whole vibe of the city. So instead of having all this room for cars, now it's much more pedestrian friendly, much more people friendly. A lot more people came downtown. The traffic had to slow down a little bit.
Some downtown businesses did have concerns over aspects of the barriers.
I would say it was difficult. We understood that our partner businesses that are restaurants needed extra support at the time, and it's certainly we give that support.
The mayor says the barriers will be up until November 15th, but they will be back.
We bought the barriers because we intend to make it permanent, yes.
City officials say just because dining is starting outside once again just in time for St. Patrick's Day, safety is still the top priority.
I hope that people don't forget about the dangers of COVID, that they do continue to wear their masks, that they keep distanced.
And the city is also working with artists to make those Jersey barriers more appealing this year. In Nashua tonight, I'm Charisse Leclerc, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. All New Hampshire public schools now have at least 2 days of in-person learning. School districts meet deadlines to bring students back into the classroom. With more on that, let's go to WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
If you're looking for a more beautiful, creatively organized home, look to Creative Closet Solutions, a quarter-century.
Last month, the governor issued an executive order mandating that all schools offer at least 2 days of in-person learning. The Somersworth School District had plans already underway, and we're making the transition slowly.
And now we're in 2 days a week for everybody in various models, and it's working great.
The superintendent says the goal has been to go through this process in a safe way.
Our protocols are working very well. So, I'm confident that we're headed in a great direction, and we'll continue to be able to offer more and more in-person opportunities for our students. Our staff is doing a fantastic job with these adjustments because it really is a very fluid situation all year long, and they've been terrific.
The Dover School District had plans to make this transition 1 week from today, a plan they wanted to stick with, but the governor denied their request for a delay.
We thought we had more time. We thought we, would have been able to do this, and now we have to do it right now.
The president of the Dover's Teachers Union says all students in Dover will now be in class for 2 days a week. Everyone will be remote on Wednesdays.
But for what it was, today went great. And it's obviously going to be that learning phase and trying to figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work.
The Department of Education says all public schools are in compliance tonight, and there are no outstanding waivers. 40% of schools in the state have already returned to in-person instruction 5 days a week. That's something the Dover School District will be working towards.
That is the goal, is to get, more kids in here at the same time. But, right now with distancing and things like that, this is all we can fit.
Kristen Carosa, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. With millions vaccinated, new CDC guidelines suggest a path to normal interaction. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here as we start another week together. And we begin tonight with that news from the CDC and perhaps a first glimpse of life as we inch closer to the other side of this. The CDC now issuing new guidance for people who are fully vaccinated, easing some of the restrictions that we've all been living with for the past year now. Today, the director of the CDC, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, calling it an important first step, but also issuing a warning that we remain in the midst of a serious pandemic with the virus still rampant, with variants here in the U.S., and with millions, of course, still unvaccinated. But tonight, the numbers are slowly going up. Look at this. 59,945,000 adults have received at least one dose. That's more than 23% of all adults in the country. And tonight, the CDC now saying 2 weeks after being fully vaccinated that people can gather indoors in small groups with others who are fully vaccinated without masks or social distancing. And if grandparents are vaccinated, they can visit and hug family members who are not vaccinated as long as no one is high risk in the family. But with so many still unvaccinated and fatigue setting in, the crowds over the weekend from Fort Lauderdale to images coming in from Daytona, authorities are warning that we've come this far to remain vigilant. Dr. Jha standing by with your questions answered tonight, but we're going to begin here with ABC's Victor Akendo from Miami tonight.
Tonight, that long-awaited roadmap for millions of Americans now getting the vaccine.
With more and more people getting vaccinated each day, we are starting to turn a corner.
New CDC guidelines say 2 weeks after a final dose, fully vaccinated people can gather indoors in small groups without masks or social distancing. Those who are vaccinated can also gather with another unvaccinated household without masks, as long as the unvaccinated group is at low risk for serious illness.
If grandparents have been vaccinated, they can visit their daughter and her family, even if they have not been vaccinated, so long as the daughter and her family are not at risk for severe disease.
In Miami, Minerva Rodriguez just got her first dose and can't wait to see her grandchildren again, but she's going to play it safe by these new guidelines.
Better to follow the rules than not to follow the rules. Look what happens every time people don't follow the rules. Things go up. You know, the cases go up, the hospitals get crowded.
The CDC now says vaccinated people like Minerva should still wear masks and practice social distancing in public. Sisters Adrienne Jackson and Monica Kuumba just got their first shots today. Monica hasn't seen her daughter in over a year.
Yeah, so that's one of the first things on the list.
The CDC saying vaccinated grandparents can visit healthy family nearby, but is still urging vaccinated people to avoid non-essential travel, like a flight to see grandchildren or a family trip.
Every time that there's a surge in travel, we have a surge in cases in this country.
Americans eager to restart their lives, but tonight, new warnings after scenes like this. One expert calling it a perfect storm. Spring breakers descending on beaches and bars in Florida, where the UK variant is accelerating. In Daytona, hundreds of motorcycles rumbling in for Bike Week. And in Atlanta, crowds celebrating the NBA All-Star Game. This as more states lift restrictions and drop mask mandates. Texas, just the latest.
We can see the light at the end of the tunnel because we've spent a year battling, trying to survive, underwater, suffocating, wondering, do I close it? Do I keep it open?
But today, essential workers protesting the lifting of the mask mandate, saying their lives are being put at risk.
The answer is vaccinate. Vaccinate first.
The director of the CDC says that for now, they're really trying to restrain travel. Dr. Walensky calling this a first step, and she hopes that as more Americans get vaccinated, there'll be more guidance with more science behind what vaccinated people can do, possibly including travel. David?
Victor Kent at one of those vaccination sites right there in Miami. Victor, thank you. And
hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking.
Okay, and that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for joining us and watching. Have a great rest of your day. See you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye and see you later on with another newscast.